Hello, welcome to my craft room with Rhoda. Today we're working on another Caroline's Craft Tree Challenge, and I'm working for a piece to go into my journal here, my Mermaid Dreams journal, but actually it's called the Elusive Mermaid because she's escaping and you never see anything but her tail. So it's the Elusive Mermaid. In this challenge, we are doing week 19. I'm kind of behind. I did 20 before. Now we're doing 19. But the 5 prompts are scrapbook paper, metal, which I'm actually going to be using this distress paint and antique bronze for my metal. And then we've got sweet, but I'm actually changing it to salty. I'm substituting salty for sweet. I think they go hand in hand. Okay. And then wheels, and then bow or bow. So what I'm making today is a writing board. So I took this old graham cracker box and I cut out the 2 big panels. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut those. I mean, not cut them. I've already got them cut to size. They are, let me get this out of the way. They are a 5 3/8 by about a little over 7.5. I guess 7 3/4. So it's actually going to tuck in the back of your journal, and so you don't have to worry about the size of it because it's not going to have to go in a pocket or anything like that. But what we're going to do, we're going to put it together with some, I think I need to get the cap, the glue cap off of here, with some fabric tack. It dries fast. It will squish out and get all the little crevices and areas we want. Always go up on your corners. I've learned that to get the glue there, because that is the one place the glue does not want to go, or it doesn't cooperate. How about that? Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to put the cap on there because it likes to squeeze out. And I'm doing the 2 shiny pieces together. It's not necessary, but I like to do that when I can. All right, where is the bone folder that does the best squishing is this one. It's got the nice flat side on it. And if you felt the need, got a little bit that squished out. If you felt the need, you can get in here and trim. And I think the best way to do it is with, and I didn't even get it straight there, did I? With fabric tack, you sometimes have a little wiggle room. But I think after I squished, I didn't have any wiggle room. And that's a pretty sturdy writing board. It just needs to be sturdy enough to go behind your paper and give you something to lean on. So we're just going to do the top and the bottom here. And I'm going to let the paper do the rest of the work. And what I did is, for the scrapbook paper, I chose something that looks like the water, the waves. So it'll go with my mermaid theme. And I think I've got something that's sticking out there. All right. That might be good enough. I think she is. Good, good, good. Thank you, everyone, for coming to visit and seeing what's going on today. And I hope you try one of these. They're not very hard to do. As you can see, you just cut up a box and glue it together. If you're straight, you're straight. If not, don't worry about it. That's what ink is for. So, now, what I want to do is take my scrapbook paper and I'm going to measure it out here. What I'm going to actually do, this is going to be the front and the back, so I'm going to go and wrap it, and at least one of the sides will be covered. Actually, we could come around and wrap it again if we wanted to. All right, I'm going to measure out right there. We're going to wrap it. So we want a score line right there. And give a little bit of room because you got, or you might want to score a couple little places apart. And I'm going to score it right there just in case I want to wrap it again. Okay, let me go over here and cut this, and I'll be right back. All right, I got my score lines in here. We're going to give it a little bit of a fold and see how it works. Let's see. Got that in here. Fold that over. It doesn't quite meet the end, but that's all right, because we might just fold it over again. And then we got both of our sides kind of neatly taken care of. So that may be what we do. But first, before I glue it down, I want to do the decorating on it. So this will be our front, since this is going to be, is that how I want to do it? Actually, this can go under. That's right. Okay, that could go under. I won't have to worry about it being an unsightly. Because one side needs to be nice and flat. So what it is, since this will be under this one, it'll be a little lump in it. I'm going to make this the decorated part, and this will be the writing part that's going to stay solid and unadorned. Unadorned, yes. The proper word. Okay. So what I did is I have some scrap over there from where I've been working in my journal, and I got this piece that looks like more water. So we're going to cut that down just to have a little bit here. So is that too much? Maybe it might be too much. We don't want that much. There we go. So we got that, and we got this. Now I got to go cut that. Here is hoping that everybody's summer or spring, I guess I should say, is going nicely and to plan. And I'm actually going to go in here and cut that little bit so it looks like the water and it's not all plain and straight across. How about that? Got that one little blue line that's helping me out. There we go. Get that off of there. Now let's see. Oh yeah, much better. Much, much better. All right. Has anybody been doing any interesting crafting lately? I've got this one project. I know you'd love to see it. I just can't get myself to do it. I need to do it. I think what's getting me, I'm going to try to do it grungy. And Tim Holtzy and grungy. And I think I'm thinking myself out, or I'm freaking myself out. I don't know what's going on. But I will. I'll try to make myself do it the next video. Okay. What the words are, scrapbook paper, metal, which is going to be my paint, sweet, which is actually salty, and that's going to be my ocean down here. That's a salty. And wheels and bow. Well, the bow is the ship. And so he's going to be on there. And I'm just going to use my paint. I'm going to use my bronze paint, I think, for that. And then I've got the wheel. So I'm going to have the wheel over here. And it'll be behind it. Or it might be up here in this corner. I'll have to see what kind of room I've got. So what I need to do, I don't need my glue anymore. What I need to do is to get me a little sponge. A nice little used sponge. It's one of those cheap makeup ones. They're great. And I've got my metal, my bronze. And I think that'll work best because if I'd done just a regular ink, you would have been able to see through it. And you would have seen the ocean and stuff. Oh gosh, that will not come off of there. What is going on? Oh, there we go. Wow. That stuff stuck. Okay. I'm using a scrap from my cookie box over here. And we're going in. Let me put my ship where I want it. It needs to go right here, sailing on the ocean. Every time I think of the ocean, I swear I think of that. What's his name? Criss Cross or something? I don't. There is a song about the ocean, and I just love it. I can't sing it because you know you can't do that on can't go do that on YouTube. You'll get in jail. So anyway, I just every time I think of the water, think of the ocean, think of sailing, that comes to mind. All right, so I'm just dibby-dabbing real lightly. I don't want to go underneath, so I don't want to do too much here. And if I got creative, I could actually go in here with a white sail, but I don't know if I'm going to deal with that. But this distress paint, I love that. It's permanent. Once it dries, it's permanent. So once I get this dibby-dabbing on here, I got to go in here and wash my stencil. It's a cheap stencil, but, you know, it's a good stencil. And you want to take care of your supplies, even if they're, you know, secondhand or cheaper or on their last legs. Keep them as long as you can. Stuff is expensive now. My Lord. Everything's price seems to be jumping up. All right. I am going to go in there real quick. I think that's a good solid coating. Let me get my little pennant up here. One more on it. All right. I will be back. Okay, I think our little boat is nice and dry. It doesn't take it very long. And you can see how that covered up that blue, so you don't really see it. It looks like it's sitting right in the water. That's neat. Okay, so our next little guy is our wheel. And, you know, even though I went in there real quick and washed that, it still has a little bit of a residue on it. But, you know, that's good. I mean, I just didn't want a built-up residue. Now I'm going to tilt this sideways because it looks like I'm going to have my flag in the way. So we're going to do it this way, which is fine. It kind of looks like a compass now. And then we're going in with our paint dibby-dabbing again. And my husband, he loves to watch, is it Wicked Tuna? Hot Tuna, I think is the name of one of the boats, but I think it's Wicked Tuna. He loves to watch them. We used to love to watch that crab show, something catch. If y'all know the names, let me know, because I am bad about the names. But yeah, it's fascinating to see what those guys have to do out there on the water. Weeks and sometimes months at a time. The tuna guys, they don't have to, but that crab boats, oh yeah, they were forever out there, like at least a month or two at a time for the season. Okay, I think we're good here. I'm going to go in and wash this off. Oh, I thought you might want to see the reveal. Ooh, look, there's the reveal. So that's what she looks like. Okay, let me get in there. I see a little piece here. I'm going to have to maybe dab at that or let it dry. Okay, and what I did is I went over into my one paper pad that I've got for the lighthouse, and I got it for this as well, my mermaids. And I found a little phrase that said, "The ocean is home." And I'm going around it really lightly with this Salty Ocean blue ink. Just kind of so it will sort of blend in, because it's going to be resting down here in the water. So let me get my glue here, and we're going to adhere it, and then that may be the last thing. Oh, I got to put it on here first. I got to make the writing board an actual board and not just be plain. All right, let me put that right there. I figured I'd choose this phrase because the ocean is home to my mermaids. And maybe her boyfriend is on the boat. All right, what we're going to do is going to go down with the back panel first, or this panel. So I'm going to go ahead and use this. I don't know if I should have went with fabric tack or not. I'm going to try this, see how good it is. I'm going to put a good bit on here because I want it to stick well. Okay. Right there. Make sure I've got room at the top and the bottom because I can always cut it off. Always. Alright, this piece has to go down first. Oop. Who of you have been to the ocean or would like to go to the ocean? I haven't been in a while, but it's fascinating. It's a really interesting place to go and see. It's different than going to a lake. We have a few lakes around here, but that's different. The animals are different. I watch this guy, Michigan Rocks. I love to watch him, and you know why? Because even though it's not an ocean up there, I get to hear those waves. I love to hear the waves and hear the ebb and flow of the water. I've always had a fascination with water. So it's very relaxing. That's why they tell you to get a fish tank, so you can hear the bubbling. I don't think they're going to have any problem writing on this board. It sounds kind of hard, doesn't it? I'm going to do a little bit in this crack here. All right, let's go over, pull it as far as I can. Get it as straight as I can. All right, that's a little straighter. That was a little straighter. At least I got the top straight. All right. And we're going to rub it along the edge just so we can get a flat edge. There we go. I just got a little bit of trimming to do. And I'm going to show you, I think did we see our, I don't think we've had our sneaky peek today. We haven't. We have not had a sneak peek into the 1,000 subscriber journal. Shame on me. All right. I don't know that I'm going to do anything different here. I may actually put a bead of glue in here and see if I can squeeze that shut instead of trimming it off. Then again, I may trim it off. And actually, that might be what I do because I got that one piece sticking out there. Let's see if we can take care of that right now. But I do have a few more things that are to go into my journal that I have back here in a box, and I need to pull them out. So I thought you might want to see that. You might see a few other things that I've made. I did just get done making a, I think outside the box challenge. And that was this. And it's magnetic. And that was my challenge for them to use something magnetic and put it in your journal. So the page would be like this. Actually, it's probably easier to lay this down first, and then your page. And then you let it go shut, and it adheres to itself, and it's in your journal. You can stick something underneath of it. You can write something underneath of it and nobody would see it. It's secret journaling. I kind of liked it. I had these windows. It's going to go in a garden book. A future garden book. I need to do another one since the one I've got's for the 1,000 subscriber journal. Well, let me finish with this first. This is done. As far as I know, the only thing I need to do is maybe finish off my edges here, which isn't hard to do. I'm either going to trim them or I'm going to try to glue them shut. I don't know. Probably trim them. So this was week 19. We had scrapbook paper. The metal is the metal paint here, bronze. The sweet turned into salty for the ocean. We have the wheel, and then we have the bow. Okay, I think that'll make a cute little addition to the journal. And what is our next thing to see in here? I was flipping through earlier. The last video I did, I showed this page. So the next page is this one. There's not much going on. I mean, the other side was here with this. It was from Happy Mail. And so I'm going to get that paint on it. Let me get that out of the way. So this is what, it's a pretty striped page. I've got a little journal card inside of here. It's just something simple, but it had something about taking care of a perennial garden. And it was from like a book. And so that tucks right back down in there. This was a card from the actual digital. I had like a little plant that I had embossed and colored. I've got my little bird over here with Simple Faith, a little bit of washi. And then this is just a little scrap, but it doesn't have a tuck. It's just a little pretty. But it went with these colors here. So I hope you like that. That is coming along nicely. Pretty soon I'm going to be through that whole book. But here is my goodies. I don't know if you can see them very well, but it's my stash. I guess that's what you would call it. I've got all the things that I've made. The most recent are here in the front. A lot of them you've seen. I know I've shown you. Some of them are the challenges I did or the videos I did. Like these. I love this phone. Thank you, Kyung. And here's the little altered playing cards that I made that had the rub-ons on them. Everybody seemed to really like those. Here was just a little tall tag that I made. This is a page from one of my future journals I got to do. That's the Zen Garden one. Here was a little notepad. But, oh, and this, I thought this, I don't know if I ever pointed this out, but this is a pocket that I made with scraps that was left over from making those build-a-journals. But it's like when you glue it down, you'll have a pocket here. You got a pocket there. You got a pocket there. You got a pocket here. And you got a little tuck there. But I thought that turned out kind of neat. See, it's just all the little points. And it looks like a little plant. I thought that turned out good. Now, everybody liked these. The fabric tags. They really liked those. That was another one. Think out of the box challenges. That was another paper towel roll. And so was that one. There is my tunnel cards. Here was my floral specimen cards, or whatever I called them. Another big tag. I love to watch Gail do this. She goes through and picks all this stuff out. I need to make more of these little ticket things. But it's got a little ticket tag inside of it, and I made it look like a little file folder at the top. This was a ephemera folder. More of those floral things. Floral specimen. Oh my gosh, they love these. I don't know what it was about this, but everybody went crazy. I'd made these before, but maybe it was the color. Maybe it was me showing how I just decorated each corner and put a little gewgaws on. But they love those. This, I think, was from somebody. Oh, I think that's from Kyung. Oh, that's my little ephemera folder she gave me. That's right. I need to get that thing out and use it. I got some good stuff in it. Here, let me set it to the side. All right. Oh, yeah, and this is her card she gave me. Oh, that'll go in a nice little floral journal. I had something back in here. Oh, here we go. I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it. This was for my mermaid journal. I made this. So let me set that to the side. And I thought I had something else in here. Let me see. These were all the same thing. These were more of that same thing with the ladies on it. It's just, I don't know. Maybe they like the ladies more. And then this was some kind of a other thing, I think. I think that was a Roxy creation. To see. Oh, there it is. Okay, there's my other one. I knew I had a few things in here that I made specifically for the future journals I was doing. That's peacock stuff. Now, all the rest of this is old stuff. I thought this was interesting. This was leftovers from when I was doing, what was it? Ancestor or something or other. But I put some crackle paste on the top of it. It's kind of neat. And these were some of my big playing cards I made. Everybody's talking about altered playing cards. Well, I made some playing cards and I altered them myself. Check this out, the Ace of Spades. I love that. I always love that one. And then that one's butterfly, and I actually put, you know, the number. It's supposed to have been an 8, so it's 8 butterflies. And let it fly away. And that one was 6 with clocks. Remember the now. Oh, well, anyway. Some of those things I come up with in the past when I had more time to think, and oh, you know, sometimes you just get kind of stressed. And I think that's what's been wrong with me lately. Okay, anyhow. So, these two things are going to go into my journal. This is like a large pocket. And then it goes down on a page. It says book page. And then I have this, which is flip out. And it has yet another large tail in it. Oh, it had all kinds of tails. Oh, and there's another little jellyfish. And then over here, there's a little pocket with I'd rather be a mermaid. And a little shell. So, those are to go into my book. I have to set them to the side. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for coming to see me. Hope you got some good ideas. If not from that crazy writing board that I did, at least from some things I may have flipped through and showed in my stash bucket. So, thank you. Thank you, subscribers and watchers and everybody. Hope you have a great day. Come back and visit again. Bye-bye.